YouTube? Jim here, Team Aquatics. Lights just came on in the fish room and I just got back from the gym, so I figured I'd feed the new baby fronts and just kind of show you guys how well they're doing. They're eating like champs. I'm doing a combination of a lot of different types of foods. I've got right now I just gave them some omega-1 cichlid flakes. I also use New Life Spectrum, the 1 millimeter. They chow that. Frozen brine shrimp. I have not done bloodworms yet. But yeah, I just wanted to update everybody on the little babies. They're doing well. And I still can't get over how little these guys are. And I remember a little over a year ago when I got my other ones in the 265, they were probably a little bit smaller than these guys were. But surprisingly, Frontosa seemed to ship very well at a very small size. And they're a very hardy species. So I'd encourage anybody that has never experienced these guys to go ahead and give them a shot. They're a lot of fun. They have great personalities, and I love them. So these guys are doing great though, eating everything, getting really fat, keep their bellies nice and full. I just want these guys to grow really well. Doing about 2 water changes a week in the 40 gallon. I do about 5 every couple of days, 5 gallons every couple of days, just to siphon out some of the stuff on the bottom of the tank. And then once a week I'll do a 50%. So hitting it a couple times, can't hurt them. I'm a big proponent of tap water pH. These guys are all tank bred, tank raised fish. Yeah, they come from very alkaline conditions in Lake Tanganyika, but going back to my discus days, it's better to acclimate them to what the pH is coming out of your tap, as long as it's consistent, than it is to constantly be trying to strip and buffer your water and chemically make it a pH that it isn't naturally in your area. So hit me up if you have any questions about that. I've never had any issues. My pH where I'm at is right around, it's between 7.5 7.8. Usually it's somewhere right in the middle of there. It's usually right around 7.6 7.7 ish, but never really any fluctuations. This water is very difficult to buffer, so that's why I gave up on it, and that's why I just roll with the tap pH. Of course, I always hit it with prime. They do treat the water in my area with chlorine, so I either let it gas off overnight, or I hit it with prime when I'm doing water change in my larger tank upstairs. But yeah, so these fish are obviously really comfortable, but I'll tell you, I had discus that were actively spawning in this pH, so it can work. If you haven't tried it and you're constantly struggling with your pH, go ahead and what I would recommend is, as long as it's not an extreme, you don't have like 5 something coming out of your tap or 9 something coming out of your tap. If you're between probably a 6.5 and a 8, you're probably pretty safe to just go ahead and just acclimate your fish to the tap pH, and that way you don't have to worry about it anymore, as long as it's consistent. These fish don't tolerate pH swings, dramatic pH swings very well, but they tend to really acclimate well as long as the pH is very stable. So hit me up if you have any comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and to all the people that follow my channel, I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys soon.